You know, I am actually a collector of items and images of the dragon. You know, there are a lot of, on this computer, there are so many images of the dragon that I lost count. But I just want to look at them and see them in many different ways. And then I came across this one. Now, that a few years ago, I came across this one, the Dragon Necronomicon, or the Dragon Book of the Dead. And I thought, yeah, that is a nice fan, creation of the dragon. It's supposed to tell the witchcraft and how to summon the dragon. And in the beginning, I said, wow, that is very nice, how someone can make something like this. But after a while, whenever I analyze and detailed every single thing that is on it, well, actually, I started to think that it was lesser of an item, of something that was made out of fan fiction, and more of something in depth, that I want to talk about this in depth. That is because what I can see and understand, what is standing here, is actually true. It is actually how to summon a dragon, but not just any dragon, your dragon. Because this in itself is the reverse image of the dragon's eye, the triangle. And on the top even, there is even the eye that shows it, your own eye, that should connect with the dragon. In this case, here you can see the dragon god on that side. On the other side, the dragon guardian, shown by this. The candles that are standing here shows you whenever the dragon is close, whenever you are summoning them towards your dragon eye. In the middle of it, it's supposed to be you. Inside of the dragon eye, you can see through the eyes of the dragon. But not only that, here you are protected by your dragons. The dragon which is supposed to stand inside of it, while inside the blood of yourself should guide you to your dragons, because that is also what it said, that I can understand, strangely understand it. Your blood supposed to be your guidance to your dragons, and your dragon eye will always recognize your blood and will always connect with your dragons, supposed to your dragon god, your dragon guardian, and of course yourself that is protected inside of it, because you are born with this sign. Of course, most of the time it's reversed. It's not how you see it here, it's reversed. It's supposed to be underneath where the eye is. So I said, wow, that is actually very interesting, actually, that some people might know this. Is this made just coincidentally? And then on the next page you can see how you can actually use your dragon eye and how to summon actually the dragon. Because this, my brothers and sisters, is actually being called the Dragon Necronomicon, and it's about, I thought it was a book that was, of course, pure fiction, that was just made of how is it called? Lovecraft. Lovecraft, you can search it up. Lovecraft is a man that lived in the beginning of the 1900s, and he made things like this. The creation of the Necronomicon. It's supposed to bring back the dead. That is why they call it the Book of the Dead. But the dragon is not dead, but they're supposed to be spirits. So in a way, it's also necromancy. Necronomicon for the Book of the Dragon. And whenever I see this and where it stands and what it says, I can say, yeah, this is how you summon the dragon. This is actually very accurate. You might not see it, but you might not see it immediately. But whenever I see the images, yeah, I can very much understand it. And this is not the only image, of course, that says something like this. Let's analyze this also as well. This also, oops, oh my goodness, sorry. This also shows it, the dragon eye in itself, how the dragon eye continues. Here the dragon witch, the one that has connection with the dragon, stands above all of these spirits that actually wants to harm her. These are the spirits that are inside of the void. These are the spirits that can harm a lot of, can harm the dragon witch as well, but when you are very, very strong in the connection with your dragon, then these spirits, you stand above them. They cannot hurt you. They can not even touch you. In the beginning, and this might be this might be something that you can across with. Whenever you are trying to use dragon magic or dragon manipulation, it can be that whenever you are using it, you are opening gates where these spirits are, and these spirits can do anything. Then they can actually harm you. They can, and that is also what happened to me whenever I was experimenting with dragon magic, because I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what to do with it and how far it can go. But dragon magic can go very, very far. It has no limits. But that is what the dragon witch is supposed to learn from him or herself, how far they can go with dragon magic. Dragon magic is a manipulation that is the oldest form of magic ever. Every kind of other kind of magic that humans are using is, like I said, it's being used. But the dragon witch, or the one that has connection with the dragon, they are one with the magic of the dragon, and they can manipulate whenever they want, but they need to learn. And sometimes these beings can touch them in the beginning, but the dragon by your side will always be your guardian and always chase them away whenever you are learning. And that is also what you're supposed to have. You have the wings, the angelic wings of the dragon, because the dragon sometimes not even have wings, but you show the wings because you in itself are also the angelic being that's supposed to be home in the dragon realms. But to be in the dragon realm, you have to go through a lot of darkness. And that is also what it stands here. You have to it's also a necromancing yourself. It's necromancing your own spirit. Your own spirit is also a necromancing. So bringing back spirits from the other side, you can say. But inside of yourself, your wings, it's supposed to be the same thing. It's a necromancing. Necromancing your own spirit. Awaken your own soul. And awakening your own soul does have consequences sometimes. You don't need to be afraid of them. You don't need to be afraid of the humans as well. It's supposed to be your dragon's eye, your connection with the dragon, and in doing so you become one with the dragon. You are one with the dragon, so you can fly wherever you want. That is also what it says. You can fly whatever you want, and especially of course to the dragon realms. And then there was another, there was another one of the dragon neck. Oh, am I too far? Ah, no, there it is. That is something that I love, because I truly love the forest, you know. The forest is my place of worship. I hate what humans are doing to it, but in fact the true place of worship should be the forest. Here we see the dragon witch being one actually with nature and being one with the dragon. That is also why I sometimes say one with nature and one with the dragon. And with doing so, you become everything. You become everything, and you become closer to the dragon god. Actually, this is actually more to have a connection with the dragon gods, because the dragon gods in itself, and also what it says, you become one with the element of nature. Every dragon god is the element of nature. So in this case, actually, it shows actually to be one with nature. And whenever there is a tree cut, whenever something is destroyed of nature, you can replace it with your own soul. Just how to feel it, because it connects with the earth, it connects with the wind, it connects with the earth, with the fires, it connects with everything. So whenever you are replacing it, you can feel the dragon god, and that is very important to know who your dragon god is. Go into the outside and just touch the air, touch the waters, touch the wind, touch the fire, touch everything that nature has, because that is what humans actually seem to forget. And that is also what you shouldn't forget. A dragon witch is a witch that is very much close to nature, and nature has all the powers in store for you. So the awakening inside of yourself can occur because you are connecting one more and more with dragon god, a member of your dragon eye, and also the creator of your dragon eye, to try to understand how nature works and how your connection with the dragon works. Because that is what I always was actually a bit bitter of in the beginning of my path. A lot of people just assume they have a dragon by their side, but they don't ask questions. They just They don't seem to care about why. And that is the only thing that I said in my path. Why are you connecting with me? What is the purpose of you connecting with me? I don't see any advantage for you, my dragon, to have a connection with me. I just want to know why. And that is how I knew why, because of your dragon eye. But your dragon eye is created by a dragon god. Which dragon god? And what is the purpose of this? What is the purpose of you being reborn here as with dragon wings? And what is the purpose of the dragons being surrounding you? And that you are always trying to search the dragon, but in searching for the dragon, you have to search down in nature. Whenever there is a tree cut down, try to stand there and try to be the tree. Try to connect with the earth, try to connect with the air, try to connect with everything, and let the dragon god talk, because that is also what happens. No one can see and no one can hear them except for you. Try to let the dragon god talk and try to let them be explaining why and how is this all possible, you know. A lot of questions. You know, a dragon witch is filled with questions because their spirit is just awakened. It's like a birth. You are crying like a little baby, and yet you are filled with questions, and eventually you should get them whenever you grow older, but not in the beginning. In the beginning, it's like too confusing. In the beginning, you just need to go on your dragon's path, and you are supposed to be carried by desire, love, and connection with your dragon eye and your dragons, of course. Your dragon eye is another word for your dragons by your side, gods and guardians, and that is also what it says here. The more you connect with nature, the more you connect with your dragons. The more you connect as well with your dragon god to talk with them, because we talk with them with we talk with them with the inner ear, and we can see them in the inner eye. Whenever we close them, we can see much more. Whenever we close our ears as well, just hold them down, we much more can hear the dragons. Whenever I go to the forest and I can hear the forest sounds, I can hear the voice of my dragon. That is how other people don't hear it. They cut it down without any remorse, but I see it as a destruction of the dragons, and I see it as horrible, of course. Yeah, of course, whenever you are a dragon, which sometimes, whenever you come across this, is sometimes strange for me, that that there are people that seem to understand dragon witchcraft or dragon magic. You know, a lot of people, whenever they don't understand something like this, it's most of the time being seen as demonic or bad, but that is what it's not. You're supposed to see it, you're supposed to understand it, and that is what my purpose was, what my mission was on my dragon's path. I try to understand everything what happens to me. I try to understand the dragon gods, the guardians, and what happens to me. I try to understand my dragon eye, and I try to understand the connection with nature. And that is the reason why I actually called myself a dragon witch, because this is actually, this is actually very fitting. The dragon Necronomicon, the necromancing your dragons, including your own self, including calling the dragon out that is living inside and that has a connection with the dragons outside. And that is how strong you can be. They're one of the strongest, if not the strongest witches in this entire world. How you are surrounded by the dragon, and even yourself is a dragon. That is the reason why they are with you, because you are opening your own draconic spirit. So yeah, my brothers and sisters, understanding is actually one of the powers of the dragons. The more you understand of who you are and why you are connected to the dragon, and the more you understand of your dragon and who your dragon is, what the habits are, the more you understand of yourself as well. In this human world, it can be very confusing how we live our lives. But a dragon witch needs to know everything and not to be distracted by any human in this world, that you just need to forget about human and listen to your instincts of how your path is going, how your link is with the dragon. What is your link? Have you ever wondered that, my brothers and sisters? In doing so, in discovering it, what your link is with the dragons, you might unlock a lot of powers.